passing through Oklahoma City, and I wanted to stop here at the memorial. I've done a video here before explaining how everything was. Those trees with those are chairs there, which represent the 168 people who died in that terrorist attack. And the pine trees actually represent the Alfred P. Murrah building. The reflector pool was the road through the area, and then this area here, this little park area, it was a parking lot. It's a pretty interesting video, so I'll put a link to it below. You should definitely check it out. But since I knew I was going to come back, I was doing some research, just reading about the terrorist attack, and I came across something that I never really caught before, I never really researched, and that is the photo of the small child in the arms of the firefighter. I started reading about that, and I was really fascinated. It's become very iconic. I don't know if I want to use the word iconic, but it just symbolizes the devastation and the loss of that terrorist attack. That child's name was Baylee Almon. Miss Baylee Almon had just celebrated her 1-year birthday the day before this terrorist attack happened, and she was inside the child care center in the Alfred P. Murrah building. Now, this photo appeared in tons of newspapers and magazines all over the world, and it's pretty safe to say that out of all of the photos taken of that horrific event, this one, the firefighter holding Baylee Almon, probably shows the horrific results of this terrorist attack more than any other photo. That building is represented by these trees here on the other side of the reflection pond. And you can see all the chairs out there, which represent everyone who perished. The walls on the side, one says 901, the minute just before the bombing happened, and the other says 903, the minute after the bombing. The world, in some way, shape, or form, and certainly the country, had changed forever. All right, let's see if we can find Baylee Almon's chair. Now, these are kind of spaced in a strange way at first, but it signifies where most of the people were killed. So there's a large concentration of the chairs in the middle of where the building was, and then they space out when you get more towards the sides, certainly on the right side. So this is her chair right here. Can you see that? It's really difficult to see in the camera. Baylee was, in fact, the youngest person to die in that attack. And you can see in the photo the pink headband and Minnie Mouse overalls, laughing for the camera in this photo. If you watch that video that I originally made here, that back wall was, it's actually the back wall to the Alfred P. Murrah building. They couldn't completely get rid of it because that's a parking garage under there. So it's interesting that that still exists Shows you exactly kind of where the building was. It was from that wall to somewhere right by these trees. Now, Baylee was in the daycare center inside this building, America's Kids Daycare Center. After the bomb went off, Oklahoma City Police Sergeant John Avera climbed into a window of the second floor and found Baylee Almon partially buried in rubble and wreckage. This famous photo was taken by an amateur photographer, Charles H. Porter, just as Baylee was handed to Oklahoma City firefighter Chris Fields. After this photo was taken, Baylee was transported to the hospital where she was officially pronounced dead. Now, Timothy McVeigh was executed on June 11th, 2001 for this heinous act, killing 168 people. McVeigh's co-defendant, Terry Nichols, was prosecuted in a separate trial by the federal government, and December of 1997, he was convicted by the jury and sentenced to life without parole. I gotta be quick before the lawnmower comes back. Of course, this is the day they're cutting all the grass. But it's her grave. Miss Baylee Almon. Such a sad situation. Wow. All right, well. So, of course, rest in peace to all of the children who tragically died, and all the people, all 168 people who died that day. Horrible experience, but I saw that photo of Baylee laying in the arms of that firefighter, and I said, I need to find out the history of this. So I looked it up, and it was fascinating, and I wanted to share it with you. So, hope you liked it, or I should say, hope you found it interesting. I'm getting back on the road. See you in the next video.